Welcome back, everybody, to the Marshall Thundering Herd Dynasty. Here in Season 4, we have begun a new era of football, but first we have the Aflac kickoff meeting here as we see Clemson, the number 19 team in the country, take on Tennessee. Tennessee is led by probably the best quarterback in the game today, Kwabena Igboniwe, who is a very, very good sophomore quarterback. In his freshman year, 40 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Tennessee is the favorite to possibly go to the playoff, but definitely win the SEC this season. Clemson is led by Christopher Vizina. Now, the ACC has been very, very down in this series so far, so I'm hoping that the ACC has a very good year from their top teams, but they get a good test today. Here we go, just covering this game first to start out this episode. Here is Vizina taking off and making it a 10-3 lead here in the second quarter as they are at a neutral site here, so we'll see if Clemson can answer here in this game, and there is a nice throw by Vizina in the back of the end zone, and it looks like the experts didn't predict this. Clemson up by 2 scores here in the second quarter. Vizina goes to the end zone and open man again. It's a touchdown, and Tennessee is getting dominated after having one of the best offenses a year ago. But here is the quarterback, Igboniwe. He will find his receiver down the sideline for a touchdown, and that will be a big score to bring this back within 2 scores. But late here is Clemson throwing down the right sideline. An open man downfield all the way for the touchdown. And that should all but do it in this one for the Aflac kickoff weekend here at the Mercedes-Benz Dome. And how about Clemson rolling in this one? 55-37 to open the college football season here in season number 4. As Vizina, 6 touchdowns in today's game. He is a senior, and he's looking to lead this Clemson team to a great season, hopefully punching their ticket to their first playoff so far in this series. For the second game here to open the series, one of the top games this week is West Virginia versus Alabama. Alabama, even though they were ranked higher than Tennessee, a lot of experts predicted that Alabama would be second in the SEC behind Tennessee, but Tennessee's already 0-1. But Alabama is led by Austin Mack now, 99 throw power. But West Virginia looking to build off of a good season last year. But here is Atui. He throws to the left side, picked off right away in the first quarter, and that is a pick 6 for the Alabama defense. Well, West Virginia had an issue with throwing interceptions last year, but here is Atui again. This is number 2 in this game, and that's in the third quarter. It's a pretty low-scoring game as West Virginia still has a chance in this one, but not to turn the ball over. Now with 2 minutes left, it's another interception. Make that number 4 on the day, and Alabama takes care of business with their defense and ends up defeating West Virginia in a close one, 24-21, as Atui went into his first game starting, and he looks like he could be in for a very rough season with that start. So now back to the Marshall Thundering Herd. We are 1-0 after a big Week 0 victory versus our rival in East Carolina. And now we take on a tough opponent on the road in the ACC in the Miami Hurricanes. They are led by George Anku, who is going to hit his first game starting. A lot of first-year starters in the NCAA this year. Clyde Woodfin is a decent running back at 85 overall as a redshirt freshman. He had a very good offseason. His skill caps aren't as high as what I would imagine for a guy that is a 4-star prospect, but he looks to still be really, really good to start out here in his first game starting. But their receiving core is very, very veteran. They have a lot of seniors and juniors and a lot of freshmen in waiting, but that will hopefully help their young quarterback out. But really their biggest draw for this Miami team is their defense. They are already a 4.5-star team. They have been decent in this series overall wise, but they have recruited very, very well. But their defense is really going to bring them places this year, and we got to be on our P's and Q's today, especially with our young quarterback Duke Jaimes under the helm. We really got to protect him, but also let him loose at the same time. We don't want him to make mistakes. This is a good defense, so we're going to need to play Very, very sound offense to keep the ball out of the offense's hands. Dwayne Gardner had a very big game in game number 1, 3.5 sacks. He's going to be very, very good in this series. He's taking over for Michael Green, who is obviously a legend so far through the first 3 seasons. But Dwayne Gardner off to a great start coming off of the edge. 4 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks. He was really, really good in the opener. Hopefully he can build on that. Nicholas Reed was also really good. He had an interception for a touchdown in game number 1. And I really, really like what he brings to the table. He is a very underrated coverage safety. I didn't really realize it last year, but there were a lot of passes thrown over the middle that he deflected or at least broke up. And so far, he's off to a great start, already matching his total in interceptions a year ago. And then Dylan Gilliam. Now, there were concerns about him because his deal breaker is playing time, and it's right now at a C. I'm not exactly sure why. I know there are better overall rated running backs on the team, but he is still number 1 on the depth chart after getting 20 carries, going for 141 in the opener. He really has nothing to worry about. So I definitely want to keep giving him the rock. And that's really going to be the game plan going into game number 2. So let's get this game underway as we are on the road here. As here is Brandon Spadell, the sophomore, back to receive the opening kickoff, and he takes it back to the 15-yard line. And out comes Duke Hymas in his second game starting. He was very, very efficient in game number 1. Not a big yardage total, but very efficient. First carry is off to Gilliam, and he picks up a gain of 3. His wear and tear is already affecting him so far after that hit. 2nd and 7. Here's a throw to the left side, and the pressure gets to Hymas. And that is the left tackle, Lloyd Thurman, the sophomore, who gives up the pressure. More pressure off of the left edge, and it's a sack. It's Marquise Lightfoot who gets to Hymas, and that's a 3 and out. So here is the lefty out on the field as he throws the left side on a bubble screen, but good defense there by the secondary. 3rd and 10 here for Miami. Pressure getting to the quarterback, Anku, and it's Alex Holman. It's got to feel good for Alex Holman to get home because he has been the edge rusher in waiting. He is an elite dev 3-star prospect who has waited his turn after 2 seasons sitting back on the bench. Now back on offense, there is a nice screen pass out to DeJuan Whitehead, who returns here in his junior season, coming off of a 1,000-yard season a year ago. Handoff this time to Courtney Lyles, transitioning from quarterback over to running back, giving Gilliam a breather here. 2nd and 9. Here's a lob pass downfield to Courtney Lyles, and I think Hymas was hit on that throw. If not, that probably would have been a walk-in touchdown. 3rd and 9 now. Changing the protection here is Hymas rolling to the right side, throwing this one on the run, and he's got a man downfield. It's Whitehead inside the 20-yard line. A great touch pass by the freshman quarterback. At the 18 now, handing the football off to Gilliam, and that defensive front of Miami already getting some licks on Dylan Gilliam. He's shaken up again. So now that brings it to another 3rd and 10 this time. They rush 4. Oh, destroying our offensive line, by the way. A short pass out to Robert Session, number 80, who gets his first real playing time this season. And we will settle for the field goal. Gordon Woods, the true freshman, knocks it through. And it is 3-0. So here is George Anku this time in the pocket, throwing short, spinning away from a tackle from Corey Myrick. Chasen Clark finally brings down the offensive player right there. That was Paris Dumfauer for a first down. Here's another touch pass. This time, Clyde Woodfin, their starting running back, eventually gets run down from behind. Alex Holman was keeping up with him, but it's a big first down. They're across the 50. At the edge of field goal range, back to Woodfin. He gets to the outside and picks up maybe a gain of 4 on that play. The backup checks in at running back. Here is a good pocket. This time rolling to left side, it's Anku. He can run a little bit, and he picks up the first down to about the 24-yard line. Now they're well into field goal range. Play action fake this time. Anku under pressure. He goes down. It's David Hardwick who was rushing off of the edge on that play. It's a loss of 8 yards on that sack. They get 7 back, though, but it's still a 3rd and 11 here. We send a lot of pressure. Anku gets out of the pocket and escapes the blitz, and he's inside the 5 for a 1st and goal. You got to hate when you send pressure like that and it doesn't get home. Now they're at the 6. It's a 2nd and goal. This time a handoff to Woodfin and a good tackle. David Hardwick was the first there on that stop. 3rd and goal now at the 4. Here is Anku in the pocket. He's scrambling. We're going to try to get him here before the goal line, and there is a nice tackle. Ashton Heflin is there for the tackle, and they will kick the field goal and not go for it on about a 4th and 3 that would have been. And it's a tie ball game at 3 apiece. Handing it off to start the next drive, that is Courtney Lyles, who is stuffed. It's going to be tough to run the football on this front. Here is more pressure getting to Jaimes. And our offensive line is having all kinds of trouble. It's a 3rd and 9 here. 8 minutes to go, 7.5 exactly to go here in the 2nd quarter. Running a tight end in motion this time. A short throw, and it looks like DeJuan Whitehead was not on the same page as his quarterback. So now here is Miami with good field position to start this next drive. There is a run up the middle, only a gain of 3. The defense is holding up so far. Here's an RPO action out to the right side and a broken tackle. Paris Dumbfauer again. He eventually gets run down by David Hardwick Jr. I believe that was Nicholas Reed out there in coverage. He couldn't bring him down one-on-one. Here is Woodfin again, another jet sweep touch pass. He jukes to the outside. He's free inside the 10-yard line, and he's tackled by Reed inside the 10 again. Miami threatening to score. As here he runs his tight end in motion. They're going to give it to Woodfin. He's at the 1, tackled, and it looks like he's going to be just a yard short. Now a 3rd and 1. This is an option keeper, and a good tackle that time. It's Kelechi Nwangwu, who the junior makes a good tackle right there. And they lose 4 yards and settle for another field goal. So here we go on the next drive, just trying to get the quick game going, just seeing how that pressure is getting in so easily so far today. More RPO action, trying to run the football with Gilliam, and that's maybe a half-yard gain. 2nd and 10 now. The pressure in right away again. Jaimes is hit on the throw, and man, I don't know what we're doing here. It's a 3rd and 10. More pressure. We throw short. Hashim Banagu has it, and our offensive line is getting dominated so far in the first half. We punt it away, but this time it's blocked. Miami picks it up, going the other way. They will score. Miami scores on special teams. The first touchdown of the game. 37 just goes right through and blocks the punt that time. And it's now 13-3 in Miami's favor. So here's Jaimes now, back on offense, trying to get rid of the ball quickly. That pressure gets in there very, very fast. It's 1st and 10 again. We got to keep him honest, though. Got to run the football, even though it's not working at all. 2nd and 8. A minute to go here in the first half. Free play on this one. Jaimes looks to throw the ball deep, and it's intercepted. But we know there was a flag on the play. We tried to get one downfield, but that pressure was in right away. And now we get 2nd and 3 now. RPO action. Here's a screen. This is a big play right here. Hashim Banagu using the speed all the way to about the 39. These are the only plays we can really run. These little quick outs, these quick screen plays, the slants. And that's all that's working. Here's another quick throw, this time to the freshman Leon All juking inside. He picks up a gain of 6, and we call a timeout right there. Just at 41 seconds now. Pressure getting to Jaimes. He just has to throw this one away. And now it is 3rd and 4. We are just at the edge of field goal range for the freshman Gordon Woods, but it's a screen pass out to Courtney Lyles. He has the first down and a little bit more. He gets to about the 25. 26 seconds to go now. More screen passes, this time out to Courtney Lyles, and it's a good tackle in space. We only pick up 1, and now it's a 3rd and 8. Let's see if Jaimes has one in him. Here he throws this one to the end zone, and it is caught. It's a touchdown for DeJuan Whitehead. One-on-one coverage on our best receiver. That's not going to work. Whitehead is just long. He is 6'2". I even count him as 6'3". He plays longer than he is, and he can run like a gazelle. And we score before halftime, making it a 13-10 game. But our defense has shown up so far. Our offensive line is pretty much non-existent. That's really been the story of the first half. 13-10 now. Here's Clyde Woodfin, and he's not going to get away from Chasen Clark with the tackle. He's got 2 for loss today. 2nd and 11 now, trying to run the football, and there is David Hardwick in the backfield, spinning away Woodfin, and the rest of the defense gets to him. It's a loss of 5. And it's 3rd and very long here at their own 19. We only send 3, but the pressure gets home, and he has to get rid of it quickly to Woodfin, dumping it off, and it's going to be a 3-and-out here from the Miami offense. So here we go in the second half, running the football, and it's like they know we're going to run the ball. Nothing for Gilliam today. 7 attempts for 11 yards. His longest is 4 yards. 2nd and 9 now. Here is Jaimes throwing to the right side. He's got Managu, and he will pick up the first down. Good protection on that play, at least. 1st and 10 now, running the football. Here is Gilliam's longest run of the day right there for 8 yards. Eventually, you'll break one, hopefully. Courtney Lyles checks in. He falls forward, and they're going to mark him short of the first down. And we're going to go for it here on a 4th and inches, just sneaking it up the middle. We only needed a couple of inches that time, and Jaimes takes it himself. Fresh set of downs here, just on the edge of field goal range. Here's a quick throw. Hayden Steinfeld is open. He's inside the 20. These short passes are all we can do at this point. Play action now. Jaimes has a man open. It's going to be Leon All. Caught at the 2, and he cannot get to the end zone, but it's going to be goal to go. 1st and goal now. Gilliam in the backfield in the pistol formation. Here's a handoff to him, trying to get there, and he puts the ball on the ground. Oh, my goodness, picked up by Miami. Oh, my. That long drive, this tough defense, and we don't come away with anything on that drive. They have been hitting Gilliam hard all day. The wear and tear probably had to do something with that fumble. As here is Woodfin now, getting them away from danger territory and to about the 15-yard line for a first down. Up by 3. You got to figure they might be a little conservative, but here is Anku throwing to left side. That one's caught. It's Joshua Trader across the 50 to about the 42-yard line, and a big first down throw. Anku now, a screen pass out to Woodfin. They're using him a lot today in the pass game, also running the football. As here's Anku now inside of field goal range. Here's a handoff this time, and a few yards for the backup tailback as Woodfin checks back into the game now. 3rd and inches. Can we come up with a stop here? Anku in the pocket. Under pressure. He goes down. It's Zach Traylor who gets to the quarterback, and we finally come up with a stop here. And they're on the edge of field goal range. This one is from about 47 yards out. Not a chip shot to say the least, but this one is knocked through. So Miami goes up by 6 here in the 4th quarter. We'll see if our offense can put together another big drive. Here is Gilliam, though. At least he's getting chunk yardage now, 4, 5, 6-yard carries in the second half. As Jaimes now goes empty. Here's a quick throw, avoiding the pressure to Hashim Banagu, only picking up a gain of 4 as Brian Santana checks in at running back for a 3rd and 1. He picks up the carry and will get the first down and a little bit more for a gain of 7 yards. So now 1st and 10 again. Here's another short throw. Hashim Banagu, and he picks up the first down for a gain of 10. And, man, this pressure has been screaming all day long, by the way. Jaimes keeps it on an option he probably should have gave it, and he loses 4. 2nd and 14 now. Jaimes trying to scramble. I'm not sure what he saw on that one, but it's another loss of 4 yards. 3rd and 18. Here's Jaimes throwing downfield. He's got Robert Session. They were expecting the quick pass, and we went downfield. and Robert Session, the redshirt freshman, catches it in a great throw by Hymas. 1st and 10 again, play action. Hymas throws to the sideline. He's got Hashim Banagu, who was wide open. And he picks up a gain of 8. 3rd and 3 now. Screen pass out to Courtney Lyles again, and he picks up a first down. And that is another big play right there, converting, getting inside the 10-yard line, and now it's 1st and 10 at the 10. Here's a speed option to the right side. He takes it himself, and he will rush into the end zone. Finally, something here for the offense. A touchdown to take the lead in the 4th. And now it is going to be a 1-point lead with 4.5 minutes to go. And we'll see if we can come up with a stop here. Here's Anku throwing across the middle. That one is dropped. Paris Dumfauer, who is their leading receiver here going into this season. 2nd and 10 now at the 25. Another RPO action out to the right. That is caught. Joshua Trader picks up 9. And now it is 3rd and 1. Can we get them off the field? Running a receiver in motion. It's going to be a read option keeper, and it's Caleb Uche, the freshman defensive tackle, getting to the quarterback. And look at that. He just bulldozes his way through the offensive line, past the center, and here we go back on offense. Quick RPO action, and maybe that was just a broken play right there. And now it's 3rd and 10 again. This Miami defense is really, really good today. Hymas in the pocket, throwing to the right side, and 2 receivers in the same area, and he cannot find Aiden Steinfeld. So Miami gets another possession here with 2 minutes to go. Here's a quick throw to Clyde Woodfin, and he picks up the first down as he gets to about the 46-yard line. 1st and 10, about 1:50 to go. They have all 3 timeouts also. We send the pressure. Here's a throw out to Woodfin again, breaking a tackle and getting to about the 35. Clyde Woodfin almost over 100 yards receiving in this game. Handoff back to him, and this time he stood up at the line. And that is Tim Ramesh there for the tackle, the sophomore outside linebacker. 2nd and 10 now. A carry and a stop. And now it is a big 3rd and 9. This would be from about 51 yards out, so we need to get him here. Anku throws, intercepted! It's Corey Myrick going the other way, pushed out of bounds by Woodfin. And that's vintage Corey Myrick right there. Anku just tried to get the ball downfield. He could not. I don't know what he saw in that play, but it was just great coverage by Corey Myrick, the senior. So here we go. Brian Santana starting the next drive, trying to get to the outside, and he cannot. He loses a few, and that brings it to a very long 3rd and 16. Miami has 1 timeout, so do we force them to use it? Here's a jet sweep over to DeJuan Whitehead, and a missed block right there. Probably would have freed up DeJuan Whitehead to go all the way. So now Miami gets the ball back with 1 minute to go. No timeouts, though, this time. Here is a dump-off pass this time to Clyde Woodfin. That's only a gain of 3, but they're going to use a lot of time to get to the line. They eventually spike the ball and get it to a 3rd and 7. Here is pressure. This time Anku gets rid of the football somehow. Alex Holdman was there for the hit, and now it is 4th and 7 at their own 30. Let's see if our pass rush can get home. Here is Anku in the pocket, dumps it off short to Woodfin, and he can't get to the first down marker. And that's Pierre Achefu playing in the secondary. Who remembers his big brother Joseph Pierre Achefu on my channel? But that is a big time victory here for Marshall on the road, where offense was not a thing, and the only touchdown that Miami scored was a blocked punt. If you want to talk about defensive games, that was a really good one. How about the pass rush from Miami? I mean, we honestly couldn't do anything. They were actually 1 of 9 on 3rd down, which was very, very surprising, because I felt as though like they were converting, but I guess they weren't. Clyde Woodfin, 16 for 56, but had almost a 100-yard day. I think he was 7 catches for 95 yards in this one. But despite the pressure being on Jaime's all day long, he was 20 for 29 with a touchdown, no picks. I mean, he had a very efficient day. Gilliam actually fumbled that one close to the end zone as well, so that definitely made the score a lot closer, but that just showed how good of a defense that Miami has. We didn't really have a big receiving day from anybody, but I was very, very happy with the defense, but our offensive line was getting straight abused, especially Lloyd Thurman, who was playing at left tackle. I'm going to monitor that situation. I know that was an elite pass rush, so I don't want to count it against them, but we're going to play some elite teams this year, so we might want to make a change there and see what else we have there at left tackle. But I'm going to at least give him a little bit of grace. But our defense played phenomenal. We got up to the quarterback 3 times today. Anku actually could run the ball a bit. We tried to send some all-out pressures to get him, just to put them out of field goal range at times, and he actually escaped a couple of those. But the defense was really good. Corey Myrick with an interception. Very, very happy to see him get one again. But now we are 2-0 to start season number 4. The next episode will be a double header as we wrap up non-conference play as we take on Texas and Penn State. Penn State has the best overall, the highest overall player in the game right now in one of their safeties. And then obviously with Texas, we get our rematch versus Arch Manning. We will have to go into their house to defeat them. So that's going to do it here for this episode. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.